Hello friends, I am Amit Belekar from Tips and Tricks by AMB. Welcomes you to my channel. Let's have a look what we are going to deal in this presentation. See how these tablets are breaking. Want to know what happening to these tablets? Then don't skip any part of this video and stay tuned. But before moving further, if you still didn't subscribe to my channel, please click on subscribe button and click on bell icon to get notifications of all my new videos. In previous some sessions, we had discussed about preparation of granules, compression of granules in the tablets. In this presentation, we are going to discuss about defects in the tablet manufacturing. After going through this presentation, the learner will be able to find out defects in the tablet and correct defects in the tablet. Manufacturing of tablet is not a 100% errorless process. During manufacturing of tablet, because of some errors, various defects can be produced in a tablet which may either affect the elegance of the tablet or efficacy of the tablet. The following defects may occur during the compression of granules into the tablets. First is capping and lamination. Second is picking and sticking. Third is mottling. Fourth is weight variation and hardness variation. And fifth is double impression. Let's discuss these defects one by one. First is capping and lamination. So capping is the partial or complete removal of top or bottom portion of the tablet. Lamination is separation of tablet into 2 or 3 distinct layers. Let's discuss what are reasons behind capping and lamination. Capping and lamination takes place because of following reasons. First reason is presence of excessive fines in the granules, which may leads to entrapment of air in the tablet and layers of the tablets get separated. Defective punches and dies is another reason. If surfaces of punches and dies are not smooth, it also leads to capping and lamination. High speed of tablet machine may also leads to capping and lamination. Capping and lamination also takes place if granules are too dry. Due to unusual high degree of compression, it may also leads to capping or lamination. Capping and lamination can be corrected by following ways. First, by reducing the percentage of fines in the granules, we can prevent capping or lamination. We also prevent capping and lamination by setting the dies and punches properly, and if defective, replacing them or doing their buffing or polishing before use. We also prevent it by adjusting the speed of tablet machine to optimum speed. Capping and lamination can also be prevented by maintaining the desired moisture content level in the granules. And it also can be prevented by adjusting the pressure on the punches so as to maintain a proper degree of compression. Now, next defect we are discussing is picking and sticking. If material in the die is picked up by upper punches from the upper surface of the tablet, it is called as picking. And if material sticks to the wall of die, it is called as sticking. Let's discuss what are the reasons behind it. These defects can take place because of following reasons. First reason is use of worn out dies and punches which are not having smooth polished surfaces leads to picking and sticking. If quantity of lubricant used in the granules is less, then also picking and sticking takes place. Presence of more moisture in the granules may also lead to picking and sticking. Excess of powder or fines present in the granules also leads to picking and sticking. Now let's see how picking and sticking can be corrected. Picking and sticking can be corrected by replacing the worn out dies and punches with a new set of dies and punches. It can also be corrected by adjusting optimum quantity of lubricants in the granules. It can be also corrected by drying the granules to maintain optimum moisture in it. And it can also be prevented or corrected by reducing quantity of fines from the granules. Now next defect is mottling. If tablet has an unequal distribution of color on its surface, it is called as mottling. So unequal distribution of color is nothing but mottling. Let's discuss what are the reasons behind it. It occurs because of following reasons. First is mottling occurs mainly if moist granulation method is used for preparation of granules. During drying of granules, a migration of dye or color takes place at one side of the granule. This leads to unequal distribution of color and granules become dark at one side and faint colored at other side, and it leads to the mottling. Mottling also occurs if medicaments and excipients of different colors are used in formulation. Now let's discuss how mottling can be avoided. Mottling can be avoided by drying the granules at low temperature. We can prevent migration of color or dye in the granules, and thus we prevent mottling. If medicament and excipients are of different colors, we can use the dye which can mask the color of all these ingredients, and we can prevent mottling. Now next defect is weight variation and hardness variation. So what is weight variation? During the compression of granules in the tablet, if all the tablets are not having uniform weight, it is called as weight variation. Here, difference in the weight is more than the specified limit. Another is hardness variation. Hardness represents the strength of the tablet. Hardness mainly depends upon weight of the granules filled in the dies and the space between upper punch and lower punch during the compression of granules. Let's discuss what are the reasons behind variation in weight and hardness of the tablet. If granules are not uniform in size, number of granules filled in the die may vary, producing weight variation and hardness variation. Presence of excess amount of powder or fine also leads to weight variation and hardness variation. If lubricants are not mixed with granules properly, granules will not flow uniformly from hopper to the die. If flow is not uniform, weight variation and hardness variation takes place in the tablet. Due to vibration of machine and compression in granules, chances of change in adjustments of the machine takes place, which may lead to change in the capacity of die and ultimately weight and hardness variation. If speed of machine is not constant, it also leads to weight variation and hardness variation. Now let's discuss how these defects can be avoided. Weight variation and hardness variation can be avoided by preparing granules of uniform size, by properly mixing lubricants with the granules, by checking and correcting the adjustments of machine from time to time, and by running machine at a constant speed. Now next defect is double impression. This defect occurs when the lower punch has a monogram or some other engraving on it. During compression, the tablet receives multiple imprints of monogram or engraving on the punch. Due to some changes in the adjustment of machine, the lower punch moves slightly upward before ejection of the tablet and gives a second but light imprint on the tablet. This defect can be corrected by doing adjustment in machine to control the undesirable movements of the lower punch. Now it's time to summarize this session. In this section, we had discussed about various defects of tablets like capping and lamination, picking and sticking, mottling, weight variation and hardness variation, and double impression. We discussed their definitions, reasons behind their occurrence, and remedial measures to correct these defects. Thank you for listening me patiently. If you like this presentation, please click on subscribe button and bell icon to get notification of all further videos. Like it and share it to your dear ones. Drop your queries in the comments or on my mail address which is given in the video. Thank you once again.